Hello, everyone, and welcome all elementary teachers to our latest guided reading video for you. With me today are Dr. Holly Hullinger-Sirkin. She's our acting curriculum director, and we're so excited to introduce you to someone new. This is Dr. Joe Brown. He is our assistant superintendent of curriculum, instruction, and assessment. Dr. Brown, would you share with our elementary teachers where you're from, some of the favorite things you have, and just a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm Dr. Joe Brown. I'm joining Fort Wayne, coming from Elwood Community School Corporation, where I was the superintendent. Prior to that, I was an elementary principal and teacher in the Indianapolis area. As far as a few of my favorite things, love spending time with family, going to the lake, and a pretty big sports fan. Just got back from a college basketball competition this weekend.
Excellent.
Dr. Joe, have you heard about the great things happening in our elementary schools around guided reading?
I have, yes. I'm very excited to be here joining while you guys are implementing guided reading. I've been out to 3 schools so far, only 1 elementary school, but I do hope to visit all 50 in the next 50-ish days before the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to supporting this great work.
That'll be a crash course. A lot of buildings out there. All right, Holly, what are some of our next steps?
Our next steps are on the topic of maintaining groups. For this module, we will be investigating how you have already established guided reading groups and how we can continue to intentionally improve and modify those to ensure that students are receiving guided reading instruction at their instructional level. One of the things that is important to note is that it is very critical to plan instruction versus activities. There have been several activities and ideas suggested to you throughout the previous modules, but we really want to ensure as we move into this module on maintaining groups that instruction is tailored to the needs of the student. You might be wondering, how do we know the needs of our student? Well, we can go back to our data from running record analysis, as well as benchmark assessment data and any other informal notes that you may have on the student to ensure that we are targeting to their specific needs. Along with purposeful planning of our instruction, we also need to select texts that are appropriate for our students. This might mean that we're looking at text topics that will align with topics that are already being covered in other areas of our literacy learning. This might mean that we are looking at texts that support the instructional reading level of our small group. This might also mean that we are looking across various genres to ensure that students are engaged with authentic and meaningful opportunities of what they are reading and where their interests and motivation may lie. As we move forward, we know that we are really honing in on these targeted needs of our students in order to close the achievement gap and to really ensure that students are moving towards grade level proficiency. Let's get started.